Get ready for marketing insights, business strategies, and growth tactics from the original founder and marketer of the Daily Dose, no matter what those other guys claim. He's the original marketing entrepreneur who helped bring big business, media, marketing, and the public sector to the internet, while keeping government happy and away from overregulation of the digital age. And he's got the savvy and proven experience to help any business grow and succeed. You're listening to Marketing Insights with your host, Yasha Harari.
Hi, and welcome to Marketing Insights with me, Yasha Harari. I guess it's not working. Hey everybody, Yasha Harari here, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Insights. Today I'm going to cover 5 tools, actually 6 tools, that you should be using if you're marketing crypto services in 2018. Whether you're marketing an ICO or airdrop or a token giveaway or a bounty or anything to do with cryptocurrency in general, it's important that you really stay ahead of the trends in terms of what are the useful tools. And it turns out that there's a huge number of potential resources you could use, all the different forums you could be on, Bitcoin Talk, Reddit, Quora, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. But there really are 5 massively important tools that you should be using when you're marketing crypto, at least this year. I would say the first one is probably most obviously Telegram. There's a massive abundance of resources on Telegram, like supergroups, right? Supergroups basically let you post announcements about your crypto. That means that you can tell a very large audience of people who are interested in crypto all about your project and what's going on, and you can include a link. And there are some people, on Telegram who are massive influencers, obviously, so when they see something that they like and they share a mention about it, that can be extremely useful. A whole bunch of well-known crypto influencers have been using or are known to use Telegram, and they still, go from channel to channel sometimes and look around from what they find is interesting. They'll make a mention, and it can make a huge difference for companies that are looking to market their crypto. Sometimes those mentions can be paid. Sometimes they can be completely organic and unpaid. If they're paid, they should be obviously declared as such. But even if they're paid, they can make a huge difference for a project. So it's definitely something to consider. The next tool is probably, it's kind of a toss-up between, but it's probably Medium. Medium is, without a doubt, sort of the heavy hitter blog network for crypto related topics on the non-crypto web. In other words, you don't have to have a crypto account, or you don't have to set up something cryptocurrency related to use Medium. And it is by far the most popular blog network that the most influential cryptocurrencies blog on, and usually the most well-respected new cryptos tend to go on there to blog and announce, very technical information or very useful information for researchers. It gets extremely well, ranked and indexed by Google. So if you have something important to announce, that is a great outlet for you. And then there is, of course, on the crypto side, let's say, if you were going to blog something, you'd want to put it on Steemit itself, because that's by far, it's probably the leading social network of the crypto sphere, and in terms of being built in crypto and serving the interests of crypto participants. By far, Steemit has the highest number of transactions of crypto every day. The reason for that is because the transactions obviously can be very, very tiny. You can get paid 0.00001 cents for a post or whatever, but it's still a transaction. So they are the most active transaction network of cryptocurrency at the moment, which is interesting in terms of an application. More than games that are out there, uh, and by far more than any other kind of blogging or content network that's currently out there. Could that change? Yes, and it probably will. But at the moment, they're the leader. So um, another really important tool to use that I would use is actually Google Suite, or G Suite as it's called. You can do so many things that are in Google that are wonderful for crypto. Everything from setting up very basic forms. I don't recommend their forms, but they are popular for things like airdrops and bounties because they're quick and easy to set up. But they lack the design or pizzazz that a lot of designers or marketers like to put on their websites. But Google Suite has everything like Sheets and Docs and PowerPoint, and you name it. It's got all kinds of wonderful software that you can use to really connect the different components of the different team players who are using the documents, sharing the documents, updating the documents, and then just sort of having it be kind of like a universe of software that you can use, an all-in-one suite to contain all of the software. Plus, you get obviously Google Drive when you sign up with Google Drive, which is free. So you can put a lot of content on Google Drive and store it. There's a lot of space on there. Probably one of the most influential pieces of software that they have, though, I would say overall is Sheets, because again, it's a spreadsheet, and spreadsheets can be extremely creative, even more than PowerPoint or the Google version of that, right? So anyway, G Suite, super important tool to use. And then there's marketing automation software, and here's kind of where I come into the debate a little bit differently than the sort of the mainstream on this. A lot of people like HubSpot. I love HubSpot. It's terrific. It's probably the most popular and most highly recommended marketing automation tool out there that lets you really manage a lot of very important routine automated tasks in an easy way. And it has great capture systems and the whole deal. And plenty of great content, and they really do have great blog content and all kinds of other wonderful insights. But if you're not, if you're running a tiny guerrilla startup, or if you're running a brand new brand, or a mom and pop shop, or at home, doing your business, small entrepreneur, or whatever you want to call it, freelancer, starting up a business idea, and you don't have money to spend every month on software for your marketing automation needs, then actually check out Mautic. That's the one I would recommend, and it's spelled Mautic. It's at mautic.org, and it's also mautic.com for their cloud-based service. Their cloud-based service is fantastic, and there's a free version and then there's paid versions. So you have a couple thousand contacts for free. It's really terrific. On mautic.com. It's great. It gives you a flavor of how it runs and everything else. But when you're actually ready to run it on your own server, install Mautic from mautic.org, and it's just really fantastic. It's basically HubSpot except open source. So it may not have the same graphics or whatever in certain places on the back end for administering it. But frankly, those things are a little bit frivolous if you don't need them, especially if you're a startup and you don't have to worry about whether your third level marketer is going to understand what's going on that page without the fancy graphic. If you don't mind reading a little bit, watching some videos, and learning how this really insanely awesome and powerful free marketing automation tool works, I highly recommend Mautic. It's really fantastic. It scales up very nicely to quite significant sizes. There are some really big enterprises using it, and it has integrations with third-party applications, everything from up viral to WordPress to contact form plugin, and all kinds of different tools you might be using. Mautic is really strong at delivering essentially marketing automation, just like HubSpot, except it's completely free, right? So if you don't mind running it yourself and learning a little bit of something different that isn't the most popular thing in the mainstream but does the same thing, check it out. And then I would say, beyond that, there's another important ingredient in working with your marketing team and getting things done, And one of the most effective channels that's out there right now, which is the you know, the fifth tool, essentially, is called Slack. I'm sure you probably heard of it, but if you haven't, you definitely should look it up. Slack is basically um, it's kind of like an online chat slash posting system, slash kind of social network for offices and companies. Not really a social network, but like a team network to let everybody be in touch with everybody else very quickly. It has amazing, third-party plugin and integration with things like Zapier or Zapier. I think it's Zapier. Anyway, Mailchimp, HubSpot if you're using that, or Mautic. It has all kinds of great integrations you can do with, you name it, Google and Zoho, and there's no shortage of programs and applications that you can plug in and APIs that you can plug into Slack. It has its own bots. You can put bots on there to answer questions, to answer customer questions, to answer internal questions. Slack is really just really practical if you have a team of people around the world that aren't like all located in the same place and you need a chat. You can also connect it with GitHub, which is very practical for your development because that means that they can update and synchronize the development very nicely on GitHub and automatically sync announcements about it or implementations about it so that everybody knows about it on Slack immediately. It's frankly really one of the most important tools that any development team and marketing team are going to use hand in hand when they market crypto. So you should definitely be using Slack. And then I would say the magic sort of the sixth and bonus, if you will, tool that I would recommend for marketing crypto is actually not an online tool. And this is where it gets a little creative. What you have to use, right, other than just creativity, is you have to use pencil and paper, or pen and paper. And the reason for that is because when you're marketing pretty much anything, and especially crypto, which is such a new area with so little precedent before you, 10 years, 12 years of precedent, that's really nothing. It's a very nascent industry. When you're marketing something like this, it's really not very different than creating a movie, right? A new kind of movie, even with new effects, new whatever it is, storylines that haven't been tried before, comedy routine, anything that's unique about the movie, or scary drama effects, or thriller effects, or sci-fi effects. When you make a new movie, regardless of the subject, you storyboard it. Well, when you market something for ICO, you storyboard it. The reason for that is it helps you to understand the whole process, the big picture of what you're trying to achieve before you actually set out to do it, right? So if you have the storyline, if you know what the entire arc is from start to finish of what your intended storyline is going to be, then your actual storyline will approximate that as best as possible. Obviously, as long as you put in the effort and make the work and do the work and get things done as you need to, that can happen. But if you don't storyboard it, right, if you only have it in your head what the vision is, it's going to be really hard to actually implement it. Because as great a communicator as you might be, even you will lose the plot eventually, and you will have a hard time communicating what your very own idea is as the marketer or even as the creator of the cryptocurrency, right, or the project. So again, those 5 tools that are online, right, Telegram, Medium, Slack, Google Suite, and Mautic, and pencil and paper, pen and paper. That's what I would recommend. I went far longer than I wanted to, but in any case, I thought I'd mention those things, and hopefully that'll be something that's useful to you. Good luck marketing all these things. In any case, thanks for joining us, and be sure to subscribe. Right? I think it's Yeah, and like us somewhere there. And then if you have like a mobile, I think there's like a link there to subscribe, something. Anyway, follow us, comment, whatever. Give us the hearts, the likes, all that stuff. Please, thank you. All right, that's how we do what we do here. So that's it for this episode of Marketing Insights, and I hope you've learned something. If you have, tell a friend, tell a colleague, pass it on, let people know. Tell them this is, for marketers. It's not really intended for anybody else. So if you're heavy into marketing and you want to learn some advanced things from us, check out our site, YashaHarari.com. Be sure to ask, in our contact form, reach out to us, tell us what it is you're looking to know, and what kind of services you need in marketing. We will be thrilled to have that conversation with you, and if there's something we can do for you, we'll absolutely do it. And if there's some knowledge we can share with you, by all means, we'll be happy to do that. So that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, take care.
By YashaHarari.com.